Before we start, let's just take a look at the tools required. Surprisingly, there are not many, and most of them, like the scissors, knives, paper wipes and squeegee, are easy to obtain. And even the specialist tools, such as the roller, boner, glass cleaner, adhesive and ultraviolet lamp, are all inexpensive and readily available from Riga Lead. Let's start off with a basic traditional lead design like this diamond pattern. Riga Lead is a real lead strip with a self-adhesive backing. It's available in a number of widths to suit the size of the windows, and alternative finishes include traditional lead plus antique and modern brass effects. For diamond patterns, such as the one we're about to show you, you normally choose a 6mm or 9mm width. As with every technique we'll be demonstrating here, the very first requirement is to ensure that the glass is perfectly clean and free from grease. Use Riga Bond Cleaner and polish the glass with an absorbent paper wipe. Pre-printed patterns are available to help you. All you have to do is centralize the glass on the pattern. Make sure any greasy finger marks are removed, and you're ready to start leading. First of all, cut the lengths you require. You can use the pattern as a guide, but remember to allow a little extra on each strip. The next requirement is to straighten the lead using your finger and thumb, like this. Now peel off the backing paper. Then, starting at one corner, hold the lead in position over the line, and with your other hand, press it gently onto the glass, keeping a slight tension on the lead to ensure it goes on straight. Now repeat that with every strip, working your way across the glass. To lay the crossover strips, you use exactly the same techniques. But don't try to fold and fit the lead over the strips that are already on the glass. Just concentrate on laying each strip in a straight line. When all the pieces have been applied, use this roller to firm down the lead and remove any trapped air bubbles. Start with the overlapping strips first. When you've finished, take a sharp blade and trim off the ends using a vertical guillotine cut. And finally, use your boning tool to press down the edges of all the strips to seal them against water entry. Again, start with the overlapping strips first, and then do the same on the others. As you bone down the crossover points, you produce a really neat finish, and again, ensure a good waterproof seal. If you're leading both sides of the glass, you simply repeat the process, and you'll get a perfect diamond-leaded window, like this. You could, of course, have chosen to produce a square pattern, and maybe used one of the alternative Riga leads. But whatever your choice, the basic leading technique is always the same. From straight lines to a more complex pattern like this rose. When you know the technique, it's just as easy. And when you need to bend Riga lead, choose a 4.5 or 6mm width. As before, clean your glass and center your pattern. Now, the secret of producing a design like this is to ensure you finish with as few loose ends as possible. But the technique of laying down lead that is curved is exactly the same as we showed you for the diamonds. Firstly, straighten the lead and peel off the backing. Secure one end in position with your thumb. Use your other thumb and finger to bend and guide the lead strip over the pattern. Before you lay the next piece, cut this one halfway through the crossover line, so you prevent any loose ends from showing. Now proceed, applying the lead in such a sequence so that when you come to lay the final piece in place, in this instance it's this circular piece, You should have planned it so that it covers as many loose ends as possible, like this one is doing now. Doing it this way not only gives the design a much neater and smoother overall appearance, but it also makes it stronger and more secure for future cleaning. When every piece has been laid in position, roll it and bone it, and you've got a beautiful decorative effect. Again, you could also lead the rows on the reverse side, and you could add a border like this. Or you could, if you wish, give it a really exciting artistic look by adding colours. Again, this is not difficult, and we'll show you how to do it now. If you're producing lots and lots of the same design, you can purchase pre-printed coloured film designs, like this, from Riga Lead. For individual designs, however, you should use Riga Film. There's a huge choice of colours and special effects, and the films come in sheet form like this. Let's take our rose as an example. You start to add the colour after you've applied the lead to the first side of the glass, but before you lead the reverse side. Once again, clean your glass thoroughly, and working from the centre of the pattern, cut your first piece of film from the sheet, but make sure that it's slightly oversized. Peel the backing paper from one corner. Hold the film in position with your thumb, and draw it out across the glass, using your roller to firm it down and press out any air bubbles. Now use your scalpel to trim it to size. Cut in the centre of the lead line so that there will be no gaps and no overlap showing. When you apply your second colour, always work outwards from the film you've already applied, and trim each piece as you go along. When you've finished, give it all a final roll. You can then apply Riga Lead over the film using the same technique as on the first side to create a beautiful finish like this.